Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. It is December 31st, that means it's the last day of December of 2020, as well as the last day of 2020. So, in honor of December ending, as well as 2020 ending, I'm going to be ranking all 7 movies that I saw in the month of December of 2020. So, before we get started with the list, be sure to tell me your list down below. What films did you see in 2020 of December? And, what is your ranking? So without further delay, let's get started. And starting off at number 7. So as you all know, I was actually pretty surprised with this movie. I thought the action worked, I thought the visuals worked. I thought Mater as a main character worked. It was not something I was really wanting, but it worked. But even though it's in last place, I still enjoy it. The problem with it is I just don't like going back to the Cars world. I enjoy the Cars sequels, but just because I enjoyed them doesn't mean I love them. So for that reason, I put them on this spot at number 7. Now this is another C film that I would actually give a C+, but at the same time it's not great. First off, I thought it had a nice cast. It had Nicolas Cage, Jake Burchell, Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2. So I thought the cast was great, and I thought the wizard action worked for me. However, it's just the story for me didn't really compel me. It seemed like this very dark story, and like they pushed you into it, and it didn't really work for me. The story was the big problem for me, and it's like, what was the point of it? And like the way the characters went, like the wizards, didn't really make sense to me. So I thought this was a good movie, but not the best movie. For me, this was actually a pretty big surprise of the Cars franchise. It had a very good thing with the way they did the racing, and of course I think this film has the best animation, and just the way everything worked, I thought it worked. Now it's not a great movie. It does have some issues, especially with the ending of how Lightning McQueen gave Cruz his chance to become a racer. It worked the first time because I thought it was a good thing for him to do. But like I said, I don't like when movies do that, when they give up their things and they decide to do it for other people. Anyone that that's a good thing, I don't like that. I like when they stick with their goals that they are supposed to. That's just my opinion. So this was a movie I was actually really excited for, essentially because I was sort of a big fan of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. As a issues, it has some issues, but as entertainment level, I think it works very, very well. Shark Boy and Lava Girl, not Weekend Be Heroes. Weekend Be Heroes was fun. It had some nice action sequences, especially if kids that were fighting people when they were training. It looked sort of fake, but I liked it. I thought it had some good action sequences. And I thought that the heroes' powers were actually pretty creative, where you have this guy, this kid that runs in slow motion, or this kid in the wheelchair that's very smart, which is kind of like a kiddish version of Charles Xavier, Professor X, X-Men. And then you have Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which they barely make a line in the movie, except Lava Girl makes like a line in the movie, but Shark Boy barely doesn't say anything. That's a little bit disappointing, but overall, this movie is a good time. As you saw my review and my top 4 most anticipated films of 2020 for the rest of 2020, you know I was not exactly excited for this film because I did not like the trailers, but I was excited for it at first because I loved the idea of how we're taking the idea of Inside Out and making it into the other part of your body, which is your soul. And to be honest, I thought it was a pretty good time. I thought the way they talked about life and they explored who you are as a person, I thought that was well done beautifully. And I thought it was explored very well. Also, they just have it has a lot of good characters, a great cast, and a really good stuff. Just a lot of great stuff. However, it doesn't have that Pixar magic that the other films had. It's not as good as Inside Out, because Inside Out like top tier Pixar. And I thought there were some confusing parts, but other than that, was an amazing movie from Pixar and a solid Pixar film. Now, I sort of saw this film back in the day, like when I was very young. It was around like when Hurricane Matthew was going on, but I don't think I actually saw the whole movie, so I was interested in to sing it, and it was a great movie. It had beautiful animation, amazing music, amazing characters. Well, not amazing characters, good characters. They were interesting, and I thought the way they did the slavery of Egypt, they did it super well. But, however, even though it's at number 1 on my list, this film is not perfect, okay? The way the story goes, I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think that's because it has to do with God and stuff like that. And I'm not really into those types of stories, but overall, this was a great movie, so that way it comes in at number 1. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6, and my TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. I'll be posting 4 more videos today, and come by on Instagram. Just check for any notifications for Instagram, because I'll be doing a live stream very soon.